Hey guys, welcome to today's lesson. I'm going to jump right on into it. If you go into Teams or you go on the post page, you can see our assignment, which is here, watching the daily video. We're going to be doing Nearpod again today, Volcanoes Part 2. I got a lot of great feedback from you guys saying you really enjoy it. So hopefully we'll get out of Envision this week, and next week we'll start doing more and more Nearpod. But again, if you guys want to do Nearpod, you have to follow instructions, which are pretty straightforward. Make sure you use your first and last name. Otherwise, you don't get credit. Okay, first and last name. And then you have to come back here and submit your attendance. Those are the two things you have to do. Pretty straightforward. Log in your pod, first and last name, do the assignment, submit it, come back here, submit again. Easy. You guys should not be having issues accessing Nearpod. Okay. So here's the code if you need it. Otherwise, just click app.nearpod.com and it should pop right up. Okay, first and last name. And let's go. Let's jump right on into it. All right, Volcanoes Part 2. It's going to look a little similar from yesterday. Should not take you 40 minutes. Nope. Okay, we read this yesterday. Volcanoes are mountains, but unlike other mountains, volcanoes are created when material from inside the earth escapes to the outside. Like a zit. Great. All right, I'm going to read through these, add some extra notes. Cool. Volcanoes are just the Earth's natural way to cool off and release internal heat and pressure. Okay, the Earth is cooling itself down. It's creating more crust for us, too, at the same time. The ground you're standing on is obviously the Earth's crust. It varies in depth between 6 miles under the ocean and 18 miles beneath the continental plates. Very cool. Okay, so it's showing that. And I know this is a review from before break. We went over this, and this is in your notes. So this should just be a nice little refresher. Beneath the crust is a vast region called the Earth's mantle. The mantle is made up of molten rock called magma. At the boundaries between continental plates, volcanic vents can open up, where magma and gases from inside the Earth can escape. Okay, this is where I'm going to geek out for a hot second. Pause. All right, these are hydrothermal vents. Okay, I keep geeking out about these. Okay, so these are in very dark, deep, and pretty extreme ecosystems in the ocean. Okay, so imagine you take the Empire State Building. Huge building, right? One of the largest skyscrapers in America. You take that, flip it upside down, stick it in the water. Now do that 5 times. That's how deep these are. Okay, take the Empire State Building, flip it upside down, make 5 of them, and that's where these are. Okay, so this is volcanic ash coming out of these hydrothermal vents through the mantle. Now, why is this important? Well, these create, you guys can see, oh, look at these little animals over here. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm geeking out. All right, this is marine science geek overload. Here it is. Okay, I've been talking about these all year. Hydrothermal vents. So the light that you're seeing is from a camera or from a submarine. There is no sunlight. Okay, so think back to when we talked about ecology and we were learning about food webs. And the bottom of your food web, okay, the base of every food pyramid and food web or trophic web is a primary producer. Not in this situation. There is no primary producer. Why? Because primary producers are typically plants. They create photosynthesis. There is no photosynthesis here. There is no sunlight. Okay, so the primary producer is hydrothermal vents. This ash, okay, does the same thing as plants, phytoplankton, same thing. Okay, there is no phytoplankton. There is no sunlight. So zooplankton will eat and break down. Single-cell organism will break down this ash, all this mineral. Plus, it's really warm. It's hot. So it'll break down and thrive eating all of this ash. Okay, and if you have a single-cell organism, something eats that single-celled organism. Okay, a larger zooplankton. Okay, something eats a zooplankton, a shrimp. Cool, so it keeps growing and growing from there where you get these tube worms. These tube worms break up and eat those single-celled organisms. Okay, and then you've got, in some situations, you've got crabs. Okay, this is a skate pod. You've got invertebrates. Okay, you've got all sorts of little creepy crawlies all over the place. These are tube worms. Starfish, invertebrates. So if you want to look at the basis for life, okay, basis for life, the foundations of life, you look at hydrothermal vents. because they have the simple cell organisms. They're super complex. And yeah, sure, you don't see, oh, here's one where you do see some fish, some invertebrates. So they're expanding and growing. So if you want to track evolution, oh, here's a whale fall next to a hydrothermal vent. You got some mushrooms over here. Wow, super cool. So it's a very basic, very prehistoric way of life. Pretty cool. All right, and that's all caused by our mantle. Super fun. Okay, keep on cruising. Beneath the mantle, there's the Earth's core. When it's still underground, the molten rock is called magma. Although most of the Earth's mantle is solid, it can create pockets of liquid which escape from underneath, finding cracks through the weaknesses in the Earth's crust. After it escaped the surface, it's called lava. Okay, so weaknesses, that would be those hydrothermal vents. Okay, they were once lava that cooled very quickly in this cold, dark, oceanic environment. They created those vents. So those vents were mini volcanoes at one point. And eventually it cooled enough that it's just hydrothermic, a vent for hot gas. So it's pretty cool. All right, open-ended question. I'm going to show you my expectations for this. Okay, so use the image to answer. Obviously, we can't discuss in pairs, so share your answers here. Remember to explain your answer. Should be 1 to 2 sentences. Discuss in pairs. No pairs. In your opinion, is it best to compare the layers of the Earth to an egg, avocado, an apple, or banana? Okay. So you're going to go back, pick which one. I chose blank because. Okay, obviously, then explain why you came up with that conclusion. Because blank. Also, or in addition, 1 to 2 sentences. That's how you do it. Okay. Use proper grammar. I don't want to see stuff like I, LOL, this. No. Do not write in, even if you're using your phone, do not write like you're texting me. Okay. Write in full sentences. Capital, period. Period, period, period. All right, you get the hint. Okay. All right, this is a different video from yesterday. Okay. So watch the video, pause my video, watch this one, and come back. All right, after you watch the video, you're going to do the fill in the blank. Again, not going to help you with this. This is your work. Pause the video, do the fill in the blank, come back. Open-ended question. Okay. Some of the negative effects volcanoes can have on the Earth. Negative effects of volcanoes are blank, blank, and blank. Some negative effects are, whoop, okay, you get the hint. Okay, pause this video, put in your answer, submit. So pause the video while you answer. Don't forget to hit submit. I'm not going to go over these with you. I'm going to go forward. Okay, next question. Volcanoes are not all bad. Can you assess the value of volcanoes of the Earth? Why are they necessary? Okay. And what good do they do? Okay. Values of, how about this? Volcanoes can be valuable. Woo! I'll tell you, I can type, I swear. Because blank and blank, they are necessary because of blank and blank. I mean, you might have more than 2. What good do they do? Volcanoes are good because. So my suggestion is, if you can only think of 3 things, maybe you only do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you should have 3 sentences. You're answering 3 parts. Okay, pause the video, create your answer, submit. I'm not going to go over these with you. You can read them yourself. Okay, although volcanoes are all made from hot magma reaching the surface of the earth, they are not all the same. The 3 major kinds of volcanoes, this is where it gets kind of fun. All right, here we go. Shield volcanoes have lava flows with low viscosity. Okay, what's viscosity? That's a word that we covered earlier in the year. Just think about it for a second. Have lava flows with low viscosity that flow many miles. They are named for their large size and low profile, resembling a warrior shield lying on the ground. Bro, that's cool. Okay, viscosity. The state of being thick, sticky, semi-fluid, inconsistency. Okay. The viscosity of a fluid is measured of its resistance to deformation at a given rate. What? Okay. How thick is it? How thick is it? Okay. For shield volcanoes, has low viscosity, so it's not thick. That's why it can flow for miles. Okay, flow for miles. So if you think about it, can you think of anywhere in the United States where lava has low viscosity where you might find a shield volcano? Anybody think of anywhere? Okay, here's your hit. Bruh. Here's your hint. Ah! Bro, that's terrifying. All right. Okay, that was your hint. You can find shield volcanoes in the United States. One of the biggest place is Hawaii. Okay, remember that picture I showed you yesterday? I used Taka, and then I used a picture of the kid and the lava was flowing. This is California, and then we have Hawaii. Look at that. Okay, these are shield volcanoes. This one is not, but these are all shield volcanoes. Low viscosity. It's constantly pouring out of Hawaii. That's how Hawaii was created. That's how the islands were created, through right here. Very cool. Very, very cool. This one is not. This is not a shield volcano. Okay. So I think of Hawaii when I think of shield volcanoes. See how it's constantly just erupting, overflowing. Low viscosity. It's not thick. So I automatically think of Moana. I think of Hawaii. I think of the islands. Montanui was created this way. Okay, great. Pause. All right, shield volcanoes. We have them in the United States. Most of them are dormant, but some of them are active. A lot of the other ones you can find are in the West. So there's shield volcanoes in Wyoming, Oklahoma, California, Arizona. Another really fun one where you can find shield volcanoes, they are obviously extinct, so they never produce any lava, and this is obvious. Antarctica. Antarctica has several shield volcanoes, so pretty cool. All right. Stratovolcanoes, also known as composite volcanoes, can grow to enormous heights because the lava typically cools and hardens before spreading far due to the high viscosity. So high viscosity, that means it's thick. It's a thick lava. They usually have a vast network of vents and characterized by a steep profile. So typically it's what you think of. You think of this like massive exploding peak, but in true story, a shield volcano is more of that explosion, okay, of constant lava. Okay, it builds on itself. Okay, so it has high viscosity, meaning it's thick, it's dense. Okay, it's like a bubbling over. Okay, so it makes that peak because it cools very quickly at the top of it. So let's look into where you can find some stratovolcanoes. So the most famous and infamous stratovolcano would be Mount Vesuvius, which decimated Pompeii. The most active one today, or most common one, is Mount Fuji in Japan. That's the really big one. That's right outside or around Tokyo. So those are the really big common ones. I believe Mount St. Helens is also another one. That one has exploded, but these create those giant plumes. It just rockets out, just giant. I mean, when you're thinking, yeah, that's when they like erupt. So that's like Pompeii. And it was very thick, dense, volcanic. So yeah, I guess this is more of what you think of when you think of a volcano. You think of these types, the really dangerous, life-wrecking, decimate an entire city, like Pompeii. Pretty crazy. This is Mount St. Helens? I think. I could be wrong. Don't at me. Okay, cinder cone volcanoes are usually relatively small and form short-lived eruptions. The lava is blown into the air and breaks into small fragments that solidify and fall around the vent. This forms a cone with slopes between 30 to 40 degrees, and there usually is a bowl-shaped crater at the summit. Okay, so let's look into those. Where do we find cinder cone? Haha, I figured out what Mount St. Helens is. It is a stratovolcano. Woo, woo, woo. Sorry, I just want to make sure I was right when I found that. Okay. Memory test. All right, what did you remember? Do you need to go back through, double check some things? It's going to try to get you to label them. Okay, so pause the video, do the memory test, and come back. All right, memory test was just kind of a refresher, and here's your quiz. There are 8 questions. I could have turned this into a time to climb, but we're going to try that next week because there are pictures and stuff, and if you do the time to climb instead, you lose the pictures, but it'll help you answer the questions, okay? So I'm going to skip through. If you skip any questions like I did, obviously, it'll tell you and remind you to go back and answer the questions. Okay, it'll tell you how you did on it. Poll, how long did this take you? Okay, I would say for me to go through it and to look up stuff, it took me about 30 minutes to do this whole thing. The video only says like 17 minutes at this point, but that's me stopping, looking stuff up. So I would say you want to be in this range. If it took you longer, that's okay. Some of you guys have extended time. This is how I record if you used your extended time, if you're somebody who has accommodations, or if you're ESOL. If you have any technology issues, your internet goes out, that doesn't count in this time frame. Okay, this is how long did it take you to actually do it, like straight through. Once you were in and all the technology was over, how'd you do? Okay, so please answer honestly. All right. So last but not least, don't forget to please turn this assignment in Teams or you'll be marked absent. You guys are doing a fantastic job. I appreciate you. This is the longest video I've done because I'm like legit teaching in it. I hope you had a few laughs and you enjoyed. Please don't forget to submit. And I really appreciate your guys' feedback. It means a lot. This is also going out to other teachers, let them know. So you guys are the guinea pigs for the entire school with Nearpod. So I'm super proud of you guys. Definitely going to give you guys some shout outs and some hero points. Very, very proud of you guys. Keep it up. Crush it. Remember to social distance. Live your best self. Bye. Stay safe. Just kidding. I'm back. I forgot this part. If you're bored and need a fun activity because you're social distancing, this is a free little fun assignment you could do with a sibling. Here's the instructions for it. You can make your own volcano without it being a hot mess, literally hot, like physically hot. Here's how you make your own volcano. I recommend doing this outside, not in your kitchen, because I don't want a parent email that you blew up your kitchen with soda and all this stuff everywhere. Like, could you not? All right, do it outside. Maybe a younger sibling, older sibling, geek out, and feel free to share your pictures. Share what you did. All right, thanks guys. That's it. I'm officially done. There's not going to be like just kidding. Thank you guys. Keep up the good work. Very proud of you. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.